Hello everybody and welcome to the quarterfinals of the ENC Draft League Season 6. We finished second place in the regular season going 7-1, actually, funnily enough, tying with Colin and Winterville Weaviles in terms of just record. But I had the best differential because obviously Colin and I played each other. Me winning puts me at least one ahead of him, but two ahead because on the week that I win, he has to lose. So it was extra, essentially 2 points over what Colin had. Winterville Weaviles just ended at plus 10. For fourth place. These are kind of the four teams that I'd expect to make top four. Actually, maybe these four, but like basically the five teams that I expected to make top five going in are the teams that made top five. There's not really any surprise. We have three former champions up here, and then Colin is just an exceptional player. Gliss is probably the best player that I know to have not won something. Because Colin is a multiple FDL champion, I'm an ENC and FDL champion. Tekka's singles champion, Sigtrik's like a 3-time ENC champion. He won the first 3 until Season 4 when I won. I was the first time that Sigtrik didn't win, I was the champion. But as far as also I only play with Glist in this league. He probably plays Pokemon elsewhere too. I just don't know. But, anyway. The other teams that made it were Philadelphia Smeargles, Bite Joltik, and then Charlotte Zards. But Charlotte Zards said, "Hey, I don't really feel like playing anymore, so the next person can go." So our top 8 was New York Ninetales instead, which is funny because we have a team in top 8 with a losing record for I think the first time ever, really. I mean, obviously, if Charlotte Zards was in, it's -1 differential, but still 4-4 is even record. But we have a player with a losing record in, which is fun. It really did end up being just like a lot of the green was consolidated in these top 4 teams. That is a lot of wins when the number of wins and loss have to be, even, right? Because every time someone wins, another person has to lose. So there's going to be an even number of wins and losses. And when 4 teams are hogging, like, what's that? 8 times like 4 minus 3. What's that? 21 wins between 4 teams. That's a lot. Anyway. So Sigtrik had first pick. He picked, I believe, Philadelphia Smeargles because he didn't want to have a rematch. Obviously doesn't want to play Glist. I guess that means that Sigtrik played Bite Joltik at some point. Yes, he did. And then the last one is New York Ninetales. And I remember I helped Sigtrik prep. Sigtrik, I'm always the guy Sigtrik asks to prep against Dozo for some reason. I'm not even like a Dozo player. He just always asks me for Dozo help. So, then I had second pick. So my choices were El Paso Ice Cube, do not want to play Glist, he's very good, Bite Joltik, and New York Ninetales. So for me, I like to avoid rematches when I can, but the problem is that I would rather take a rematch than play Glist. So between Bite Joltik and New York Ninetales, let me refresh your memory on New York Ninetales. This is as this team, which I did beat pretty easily. It wasn't that close, but I feel like Tomba made a couple of key misplays in like not remembering that Dragon Cheer would go after Fluttermane, and then also having only 4 status moves on his Grimmsnarl into Queenly Majesty Gal. And I don't think he would do that again if we played again. So I'm more likely to take Bite Joltik. So that's what I'm doing. I took Bite Joltik as my quarterfinals match. My team has not changed, but the Bite Joltik has actually changed quite a bit. So even though this is a rematch, it's not even close to the same team. This used to be a Gouging Fire, this used to be a Brute Bonnet, and then this used to be Pikachu. So those 3 changes, honestly, I think he feels like those 3 changes are going to make his team better, but I feel like actually all of them except maybe Feraligatr, which is just a null point. I don't think Feraligatr is even worth bringing here. I think those 2 changes are just worse for him. And here's why. Because when you look at his team, I guess I can swap over to here. This is weak to ice, 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 and of the remaining ones, only the D tiers resist ice. And I don't think he's going to bring Revivroom again. He went really hard on Revivroom the first time we played, and it was just not good. I think it just got water spouted and died. It was not very good. Yeah. So, ice is like crazy good. So actually, I've got them in order here. I'm doing planets for the theme. But Weavile with Triple Axle kind of goes stupid. Weavile is actually 1 point faster naturally, or I think it's 2 than Meowscarada. But obviously, I think that's a jump point, 194. Oh no, I can actually save an EV here. so I might as well. Yeah, I think I can. Oh, it's that I'm speed tying Kyogre. That's what it was. 129. 129 times 1.5 is 193 point. Yeah, and I would rather have Weavile faster than Kyogre. I think that's the thing, because I'd rather be able to kill something and then let Water Spout finish off. Is the idea. Because I do have Water Spout. If I could honestly still let Kyogre be faster, and then whichever one the Origin Pulse misses, the Weavile will do. But I'd rather get a single target Water Spout on something, I think. Triple Axle is crazy. It'll kill this through Sash, kills this through Sturdy, kills this through even like Citrus Berry, kills this through if this has the Sash, and then just hits Groudon. I feel like Terra Dragon Groudon is pretty likely here. It's got to be something that resists water, right? So the options are Water, Grass, or Dragon. Water actually could be a problem. I have Bullet Seed, but Water's keeping you weak to Grass, so that's the big one. I guess I could put Electro Shot, but I feel like I feel like it's pretty easy that he'll have Sun Up, so I don't know. Terra Water Groudon could be a problem in thinking about it. I'll have to keep that in mind. I have Feint to break Spiky Shield and just protects and stuff. It's pretty good when you have Water Spout. And then Fake Out just to potentially set up like a Tailwind or something with the Gliscor. Terra Dragon is to resist Electric. It is not weak to Rock. It'll remove my Rock weakness. It will resist Fire. It'll resist, Grass, which is not super effective, but it is a lot of damage coming from the Ascarada. And it resists like Fire and Water. Just all the sort of elemental hits that this team has. It does keep me weak to Fairy though. The other type I was considering, I gotta get this cat off my desk. She's just chewing on my papers. The other type I was considering was Ground to be immune to Electric, because I think the Wild Bolt Storm is something that he might want to spam. It'll also resist Rock, whereas Dragon does not resist Rock, and there's still a roll where I just die to Ivy Cudgel. Problem is it makes me weak to that, and it does not resist Fire. Heat Crash from Groudon and the Sun still kills. So there's no perfect Terra type here. I think I kind of like the Dragon. I could do Grass as well, but that's kind of just for like Spore. Next up, we have a Scarf Kyogre. Same thing I brought. I think it's almost exactly down to the Eevee. It's the same thing I brought. I maybe made it a little bit faster for Meowscarada, but very similar to the one that I brought the first time. I think the one I brought first time was Terra Water, though. This one's Terra Grass for Jumpluff, and it also resists Ground, and it resists Grass. It resists Grass, Electric, Ground, and makes me immune. So like that's a really good Terra type here. Grass is a really good. Obviously not going to do that on Weavile because you're still weak to Fire and you're still weak to Bug. Not that either of those types are important in this matchup, but Fire is, I guess, but Bug is not. Water Spout, Origin Pulse, Ice Beam, Icy Wind. Like I said, the team has like not a whole lot. You know what? I might actually do Terra Blast Grass. Is that better than Icy Wind? I just could not find a position where I was like wanting to click Icy Wind. You know what? With Meowscarada, I will have Icy Wind, I think, because I could break Sash and then let Arch outspeed. I think that could be important. Yes, you're faster. Good. Yeah. Next up, we are gonna go to. I guess we'll do Arch, right? I'm running a Shuka Berry with Terra Grass. The team has like almost no special attackers, so I didn't feel like I needed special attacker or Assault Vest. I didn't run it last time. I ran Safety Goggles last time, which was pretty good. But I think I can get away with it. I think I like the ability to just like, because its normal typing is really good into this team. There's not like, these guys don't really have a good stab move that hits it. Groudon obviously does it with a Shuka Berry. I can take a hit. Jumpluff is the biggest problem is that it can put me to sleep, but I have the Terra Grass for that, which also gives me a ground resist. Yeah, pretty solid. And then just Flash Cannon is for like Clef and just it's also for Ogerpon. Draco Meteor hits these two just relatively hard, whoops. And then Body Press just hits the other stuff. The speed is faster than Meowscarada if it's at -1, which it can become at -1 through Icy Wind. And let me actually double check that there's not like a rounding error there. Yeah, 128 and 129 puts me faster. Yep. Yeah, and then Stamina, obviously, just because it's, like, always the best ability. I could do Stalwart. Maybe I should do Stalwart. Nah, I think it's fine. I like Stamina more. Next up, we got Gliscor. We're doing the same, pretty much very similar EV spread to what we did last time. Actually, I don't know about the EV spread, but the set, I think, is almost identical. We are running 130 speed, put us one faster than this, so that we can dual wing beat our own Arch in a pinch if we need that. We got Tailwind as a backup, or not a backup. I guess it is backup because last time we didn't bring this, but this time we are bringing this. but we're running Tailwind. A little bit difficult to get up with fast guys like Meowscarada and Ogerpon, just hitting really hard. But we do have a Fake Out on the team. Helps us get that up. Also, first turn he might predict a Protect, and like when we can get our Toxic Orb up, but that just gives us an opportunity to Tailwind if he predicts that. High Horsepower and Dual Wing Beat, just consistent damage into most things. Obviously, the big one that it doesn't hit is this, but I'm kind of expecting this to be like Wild Bolt Storm, Taunt, Thunder Wave, and then probably Sunny Day. So actually we wall it forever, so it doesn't even matter that I'm not hitting it for much damage, because I'm hitting it for some damage and he's hitting me for no damage. Doesn't take a whole lot from Groudon. The one we brought the first time was a lot more defensive than this, because we had to be to take hits from Gouging Fire in the sun. With Gouging Fire removed, this team actually lost a huge damage dealer. The big thing I'm worried about is Meowscarada Triple Axle, though. I have to be very careful of that, and I have the Terra Water for that. I'd love Terra Dragon on this as well, but I have to make myself a little bit weaker to like these two. And even if he reads and goes for Flower Trick, I just need an Ice Resist, and Steel is not viable. I don't think Fire is viable with Rock and Ground guys. I think it's got to be Water. And obviously Ice is not viable with Rock and Fire moves on the team. Next up we have Serena. I would love with the Bullet Seed loaded dice. I'd love for it to be faster than Arch, but that's just not in the cards. I have to go Jolly, and I like this amount of attack. Bullet Seed Triple Axle I feel like is kind of the only moves that it needs. Like Triple Axle does not do nearly as much as Weaviles because it's not stab, but it still does crazy damage into these three. And then Bullet Seed is just like really good into Groudon. And then that's kind of it. It's immune to Spore moves. It's immune to priority from this and this, and it can also protect the partner, which is huge. Last move I have is Helping Hand, but like in all honesty, it could be a whole lot of stuff. It could be Synthesis, it could be Charm. Maybe if Charm is actually correct. I don't know. Drop Kick, Taunt. Like I really actually have no kind of clue. Charm, Taunt, or Helping Hand. What is Helping Hand for? Helping Hand I don't need the Helping Hand. I think actually Charm might be the best. I'll put Charm. It's Slow Charm, which is awkward. But I feel like I'm not clicking that last slot. Like High Jump Kick, but like that's just Ogerpon. That's kind of it. Knockoff, like I'd rather just hit something with Triple Axle or Bullet Seed. Play Rough is, you know, there's no dragons here. Yeah, I think I'll run Charm, I think. Then last one we have is Illumise. The big problem with Illumise is that first of all, he does have a Thunderous, which is very easy for him to change the weather. What is Encore for? I guess Encore is for it protects and stuff. I could do Charm here too, but this Charm does not work on Meowscarada. And he can just crit through it. I don't remember what Encore is for. Light Screen is... It's probably just because Light Screen is not necessary here. I don't get Misty Terrain, or Safeguard was something I would love to have on Illumise. I'm just full Fizz Def. I don't think the special defense matters that much. Like, the big one is Thunderous. Pounces my attack to lower speed stats, and it just is really good to break sturdy and lower speed, and then almost kill this thing. Terra Dark is for Taunt, and I do have a Mental Herb on it as well. The big thing, though, is that Ogerpon kills me because of it. The damage calc in Showdex doesn't show it, but that's because that Ogerpon doesn't have the mask by default, and I learned that the hard way when I was testing. I was scratching my head. I'm like, why is this killing when it shouldn't be? But it's because it didn't have the mask. That's the team. I feel like it could be better, but I also feel like I'm going in a little bit rusty because I have not played Pokemon in like almost 2 weeks because I played my FDL quarterfinals match really early, and then we are playing this match like really late. So I am in a bit of out of practice. I'm a bit rusty. So I'm hoping to win. I hope that he just does not have answers for the Triple Axle guy and gal. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. So we're gonna hop into the match later tonight. I don't know, he said his work's keeping him, so whenever he's ready, he'll message me, and then we can hop right into it. Boom. Alright. What is not here? There is a Charizard. There is not an Ogerpon, that's good. There is Meowscarada. These guys are here. No Slitherwing is good. No Blastoise, or not Blastoise. Feraligator's fine. I think I still lead this guy. The question is, do I lead this guy or do I lead this guy? Or not, Mars or Neptune? I like Mars, Neptune, and then I'll bring Mercury in the back, I think. Oh, I didn't even look. Rock, water, ice, dragon, water, poison. Okay. Terra Rock Groudon is very interesting into Water Spout guy. No way to change your resist off of, or your weakness to water. Or grass, for that matter. Water Jump Left. I'd expect Ghost. That maybe makes it more likely to be Covert Cloak, which just makes sense because the Meowscarada is probably the one that likely has Sash. Tornadus Terra Ice means that it's probably got Terra Blast. Clefable Water just defense. Charizard could have Dragon Pulse, but it could also just be purely defense. The Tornadus, or the Thundurus being ice, I guess makes Gliscor a little bit not free into it. Okay, that's fine. In Triple Axle, switch to Kyogre? Or I could fake out... No, it's probably... Yeah, I can fake out this. Dual Wing beat that. Ooh, it lives! Oh, that's bad. Actually, that's not that bad. Feint that. High horsepower this. No sleepies. How much defense do I have to live 2 dual wing beats? Like a lot. Bye-bye. Charizard back in. I mean, I can just... switch this. Maybe the HP is just more important, though. Oh no! I did not expect that to happen. Alright, and then we will fake out that, probably. Yeah, it's probably just double protect, right? But it's the last turn of Tailwind, so this is fine. Tank that, nice. And now we Origin Pulse and Triple Axle. I'll also Terra Grass just because why not? We just gotta hit the Origin Pulse on the Groudon. Weaselman has not Terra'd yet, but the Groudon being Rock is like abysmal. Okay, good to know Triple Axle kills that. And Water Spout should kill this. Nice. Alright. Bring in these two again. Actually, no. I'm leading that, yeah. Groudon, Thundy. So my thought is that this could Terra Ice Blast me. I can knock it off. How much do I do to a Terra Ice Thunderous? 22, 36. That's also, it's not going to be full fizz up. It's probably going to be calm. 33, 54 on a knockoff. I can fake out Tailwind, I guess, and this does let me just, okay. Rock Slide I should eat, yes. Nice. Okay. Is this Rocky Helmet? Yes, okay. This is a really good spot to be in. How much does Water Spout do to Clefable? 95? Yeah. So actually Water Spout, what about 252? Okay, 76. Then with the Terra Water, say, okay, so 66 to 78. I'm inclined to Draco the Clefable. That feels crazy, right? Oh, that's fine. Do not need a custom Stratocaster for $200 from Facebook Marketplace. Let's... do we Draco the Groudon? Or Flash Cannon? I don't mind Flash Cannon there. Okay. Nice. A max special attack. Why did... oh, damn, he didn't Terra. He out here yoinking me. Okay. Neptune in. A high horsepower Origin Pulse. It's probably... let's see. Let me think this through. His two options are Thunder Wave and then Precipice, except it doesn't look like he has Precipice. Has he shown it in either game? Yeah, no Precipice. Thunder Wave, Precipice, which would let Tailwind be almost free, but he could also taunt or Terra Blast this. And then that's bad. Terra Blast and then me missing is like the worst case. I think I do this. Okay. And I missed. I hit. This is why I locked into high horsepower. Yeah, we're good. I'd have to miss like a lot of moves for him to win this. That is quarterfinals of the ENC Draft League. Great games to Weaselman. If you enjoyed, leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't. Take care. We don't know who we're playing yet because the New York Ninetales and Appalachian Aggron have not played, but the winner of that will be who we're playing. No matter what, it's a rematch. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.